Welcome to all in my YouTube channel Mathematics with Sachin. This is a lecture series on replacement problem and this is sixth lecture on replacement problem. In this lecture, we discuss the theory corresponding to the replacement policy for the items whose maintenance cost increases with time and money value changes with constant rate. Here in this theory which include this money value will changes with a constant rate, and we have to discuss the corresponding theory of replacement problems. Replacement policy for the items whose maintenance cost increases with time and money value changes with constant rate. Theorem. First we state the replacement policy. The maintenance cost increases with time and money value decreases with constant rate. That is, depreciation value is given, then the replacement policy will be replace if the next period cost is greater than the weighted average of the previous cost. Weighted average of previous cost. That means we have to replace the machine if next period's cost is greater than the weighted average of previous cost. Do not replace if the next period's cost is less than the weighted average cost of previous cost. This is the policy. This is the replacement policy in word format. Now this replacement policy can be asked by mathematical conversion, or it can be written in mathematical form as: if the discounted cost is gamma n is invested by taking 1 at a discount rate gamma and 1 is a rapid fixed annual payment x, say throughout the life of the machine, whose purchase cost is CW and running costs are R1, R2 up to Rn in the years 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n respectively. Then prove that 1 minus gamma raised to n minus 1 divided by 1 minus gamma multiplied by Rn minus f of n minus 1 is less than 0 is less than 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma r of n plus 1 minus f of n, if n is the best age of replacement of the machine. This is one type of mathematical conversion of that replacement policy. This replacement policy mathematically can also be written in another two forms. First we state these two forms and then we come to the proof of this replacement policy. Or prove that 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma r of n is less than f of n less than 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma r n plus 1. Usual notations for the replacement problem when n is the best age of replacement of an atom. This can also be stated as prove that Rn is less than C plus R1 plus gamma into R2 plus gamma square into R3 plus so on up to gamma raised to n minus 1 Rn whole term divided by 1 plus gamma square plus so on up to the last gamma n minus 1 is less than Rn plus 1. In usual notations, the replacement problem when n is the best age of replacement under certain conditions to be stated. These are the three forms of mathematical conversion. These are all equivalent, and that they are equivalent we have to prove here. They are the same. Hence, if you ask some questions related to this, all these are same. These are the four formats of this replacement policy, but they are equal. But if we see the question, they are like a different terms, but they are all the same, and we prove this in the proof of this theorem or this replacement policy. Proof. Suppose that an item or a machine is available for use over a series of time periods of equal intervals, say 1 year. Let C be the purchase cost of the machine. Ri is the running cost or maintenance cost in the ith year. R, small r, rate of interest. Gamma is equals to 1 upon 1 minus r, that is present worth factor of rupee to be spent in 1 year, that we have to discuss in previous lectures. So we can directly write here gamma is equals to 1 upon 1 plus r, that is present worth factor in present worth factor of rupee to be spent in 1 year. The process can be divided into two steps. Here we first state the variables and their meanings in this theoretical part, and now we come to the process of this proof. It is divided into two steps. Step 1, to find the present worth of total expenditure. Let the item be replaced at the end of every nth year, then the year-wise expenditure of the item in successive cycles of nth year can be calculated as follows. Here we suppose the items are replaced after n year, and we have to count infinite expenditures of this item in successive cycles of n years, and that we have to first calculate. Assuming that the items has no resale value at the time of replacement, that is most important here. Resale value, here we assume that there is no resale value at the time of replacement. That means when we replace the machine, the replacement scrap value will be 0. Present worth of all discounted costs associated with the policy of replacing the item at the end of every n year is given by Pn is equals to, we call this as Pn, and Pn is like this. Now how we can write down here? The first, we purchase the machine at the purchasing cost is C, and first year maintenance cost is R1, hence C plus R1 as it is. Then R2 be the second year's maintenance cost, and it is second year maintenance cost, therefore the money value after 1 year, that is gamma, hence we have to multiply it by gamma. R3 be the maintenance cost of the third year, but it is from the money its money value increases by gamma, hence we multiply it by gamma square, because it is the value after 2 years. On the same line, it is the value after 3 years, so we multiply this R4 by gamma cube, and so on. Rn with the maintenance cost of the n year, but it is the cost after n minus 1 year. So to find its money value, we have to apply its present worth factor after n year, and that will be gamma of n minus 1. Then we replace the machine after n year. Means at the nth year, we have to again the machine will be purchased. So we have to write down here C, and first year's maintenance cost is C1. But addition of these two are apply for present worth, are also multiplied by present worth factor, because these values we have to count at the start, and that value we have to count here after n year. So after n years value is money value will be existed, after n year we multiply it 1 year's present worth factor, we have to multiply it, that is gamma raised to n. On the same line here it is n plus 1, n plus 2n minus 1. Then after n year working on that machine, we have to again machine will be replaced, and we get this type of summation, and this process will be continue that we assume here, and we have to count this all infinite sum. For that, if we observe that this second sum, in the second sum we can take common gamma raised to n. In this total third bracket we can take gamma raised to twice n common, and so we get this type of expression. Now if we observe this expression, this C plus R1 plus R2 gamma, R3 gamma square, R4 gamma cube plus dot dot up to Rn gamma raised to n minus 1. This term will be repeated in this bracket also. But this bracket multiplied by gamma raised to n, this bracket multiplied by gamma raised to 2n. So we can take this common bracket and we get some simple expression as C plus R1 plus R2 gamma plus R3 gamma square, R4 gamma cube up to Rn gamma raised to n minus 1 into bracket 1 plus gamma raised to n, gamma raised to 2n, and so on. Now this 1 plus gamma raised to n plus gamma raised to 2n and so on, this term can be written as as in geometric progression. So we can rearrange this term like this. First term is 1, then gamma raised to n, gamma raised to n, whole bracket raised to 2, and so on. The first bracket as it is. In the second bracket, we have to write the terms in as like to a geometric series. And if we observe that this is a geometric series, and we know if this is a geometric series and it is infinite sum of geometric series, then summation, the value of this infinite sum of geometric series is given by here it is given by 1 upon 1 minus gamma raised to n. 1 upon 1 minus gamma raised to n, the first bracket as it is, and this gives the equation number 1. Now this will be exist since gamma is 1 upon 1 minus r. So obviously this 1 minus r is 1 plus r is greater than 1. Therefore this value of gamma is strictly less than 1. Value of gamma is strictly less than 1. And if this gamma is less than 1, obviously modulus of gamma raised to n must be less than 1. And we know that this infinite sum of geometric series will be exist when its a common ratio is less than or is equals to less than 1, strictly less than 1. And here gamma mod of gamma raised to n is strictly less than 1. So we can add these terms and we get this infinite sum of these numbers. And so we get it is 1 divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n. The formula corresponding to this infinite sum we have to use here. Let Fn is equals to C plus Rn plus R2 gamma plus R3 gamma square R4 gamma raised to 3 up to Rn gamma raised to n minus 1. That is total cost of that term. We have to use that notation here. So, using equation 1 and 2, we can write the value of Pn as Fn divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n. 1 minus gamma raised to n. That gives the cost Pn. From this Pn, we can find out Pn minus 1, Pn plus 1, and so on. We can just replace n by n plus 1, we get Pn plus 1. If we replace n by n minus 1, we get Pn minus 1. This is equation number 3. Here we find the value of Pn plus 1 is equals to f of n plus 1 divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1. Equation number 4. Now step 2. To determine the replacement policy so that Pn is minimum. We can find out the replacement policy so that this value of Pn will be minimum. Since n is measured in discrete units, we use the method of finite difference to minimize Pn. Now Pn will be minimum if Pn plus 1 is greater than Pn and Pn is less than Pn minus 1. Obviously, we can say that this value of Pn will be minimum because its previous value and its next value both are greater than that. So from this inequality, we divide this into two parts. One is Pn plus 1 is greater than Pn and Pn is less than Pn minus 1. This can be written as Pn plus 1 minus Pn is greater than 0 and Pn minus Pn minus 1 is less than 0. But finite differences, this term can be written as del of Pn is greater than 0 and del of Pn minus 1 is less than 0. Now we combine these two results, so we get del of Pn minus 1 is less than 0 less than del of Pn. Now we have to use this. For that, first we have to count the value of del Pn. Del Pn is equals to Pn plus 1 minus Pn. Now we substitute the values of Pn plus 1 and Pn. The value of Pn plus 1 is f of n plus 1 divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1 minus fn divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n. Now cross multiply, we get this expression. Now first we have to simplify this because the minimum term will be dependent on this value. For simplification, we denote this numerator by n and this denominator by d. We take denominator as it is, but we have to simplify the numerator of this expression. We say this equation number 5. Please note down this expression because we have to change this numerator and denominator will remains as it is and just change in the numerator. We have to simplify this numerator as follows. For that, we consider n is equals to 1 minus gamma raised to n f of n plus 1 minus 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1 f of n. Now fn is equals to c plus r1 plus r2 gamma plus r3 gamma square and so on rn gamma raised to n minus 1. We have to find out the value of f of n plus 1. That means we have to add one more term in this f of n and that extra term will be rn plus 1 gamma of n. Rn plus 1 gamma of n. Now in this expression, these terms, we can split this sum into two parts as c of 1 in first bracket c plus r1 plus r2 gamma up to rn gamma raised to n minus 1. Up to this we take one bracket and plus rn plus 1 gamma n as it is. Now this square bracket is nothing but value of fn and remaining term rn plus 1 gamma raised to n as it is. Now we put this value in n. What is n? We have to define here n as 1 minus gamma raised to n into f of n plus 1 minus 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1 f of n. In this value of f here it is f of n plus 1. We put this value of f of n plus 1 in this expression. So we get n is equals to this expression. Now multiply this 1 minus gamma raised to n to this bracket. Second term remains as it is. We multiply, we get this type of expression. Now in this expression there is fn term and here is also fn term. We take fn as common. So we get this expression and this middle expression will take at the last, that is 1 minus gamma raised to n, gamma Rn plus 1 gamma raised to n as it is. And in this first we take this Fn common, therefore this term minus this term as it is. Here it is negative sign, so here it is minus. Now multiply this minus sign and we get this expression. Now if we observe this expression, plus 1 and minus 1 gets cancelled out, only two terms will be remaining, and that is n is equals to gamma n plus 1 minus gamma raised to n into f of n plus 1 minus gamma raised to n into Rn plus 1 gamma raised to n. Now this gamma raised to n plus 1 can be written as gamma raised to n into gamma. Take this gamma raised to n common. More precisely, we can take minus gamma raised to n. We get 1 minus gamma into f of n plus 1 minus gamma raised to n Rn plus 1 gamma raised to n. Just rearrange the term. This last term we take first and this first term we take last, and we get this value of n. And now we put this value of n in equation number 5, where we can denote n and m, n and d. D remains the same. This new value of n, this redefined value of n, we put in the equation number 5. So equation 5 and 6, we get del Pn is equals to 1 minus gamma raised to n into bracket Rn plus 1 gamma raised to n minus gamma raised to n into 1 minus gamma f of n divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1 into 1 minus gamma raised to n. Now further simplify some part of this expression. For that we can separate out this denominator to both terms in the numerator. So we get this expression. Just we separate out the terms only, nothing to be new in this expression. Now from this expression we can take the common. We take the common gamma raised to n, 1 minus gamma divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1 into 1 minus gamma raised to n. From both the term we can take this term common. In both the term 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1, 1 minus gamma raised to n plus 1 as it is. This 1 minus gamma raised to n in the denominator will be the same. The base denominator will be the same. We can take, and in the numerator gamma raised to n we take common. But here 1 minus gamma and here we take 1 minus common, so we divide this expression by 1 minus gamma and we get this expression. Now from this expression just replace n by n minus 1 in this expression number 7. So we get del of Pn plus 1 like this. Say it is equation number 8. Just replace n by n minus 1. We cannot read out this, but just take a look corresponding to this. Just replace n by n minus 1, we get this expression. Now since gamma is 0 less than gamma less than 1, the coefficients in the brackets in the equation 7 and 8 must be positive. In this expression there are so many brackets, and each term we can say here it is a positive term. This value will be positive. This term will be positive and this term will be positive in this term. This term we can but for comparison we can take this term because we have to in the proof statement we have this Rn plus 1, Rn, Fn minus 1, and here it is gamma, and gamma is in between 0 and 1. We assume these values are approximately in equalization step. So for comparison we can compare these two these brackets, square brackets terms, so we can get the required result. Therefore the conditions del Pn is greater than 0 and del Pn minus 1 is less than 0. These two conditions we have to state previously. This value is less than 0 and this value is greater than 0. So for minimum, del Pn minus 1 is less than 0, less than del Pn. Now we put the values of del Pn minus 1 and del Pn. We get this. We put these values means we have to put the square brackets in the formula of del Pn minus 1 and in the formula of del Pn. We get the expression 9. Now we have to further simplify this expression in this. For that, since Fn is equals to C plus R1 plus R2 gamma plus dot 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 up to Rn minus 1, Rn gamma n minus 1. Just replace n by n minus 1, we get the expression as C plus R1 plus R2 gamma plus so on Rn minus 1 gamma raised to n minus 2. Now to convert this expression into this Fn formula, we have to add one term and subtract one term, and that term is nothing but Rn gamma raised to n minus 1. We have to add this term as well as we have to subtract this term, and then we collect this term from we collect the terms in this expression as we collect in the first bracket as C plus R1 plus R2 gamma plus dot 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 up to Rn minus 1 gamma raised to n minus 2 plus Rn gamma raised to n minus 1, and the last term will remain the same. Now if you observe this round bracket, the value of this round bracket is nothing but f of n, and that value we have to put here. So we get f of n minus 1 is equals to fn minus Rn gamma raised to n minus 1. Now we put this value in this expression, left hand side's expression. 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma Rn minus f of n minus 1. So we get this expression. Then multiply this minus sign to this bracket. We get the first term as it is minus f of n. This minus becomes plus Rn gamma raised to n minus 1. Now we take Rn common and we get the expression as 1 minus gamma raised to n minus 1 divided by 1 minus gamma plus gamma raised to n minus 1 into Rn minus f of n. Now cross multiply this expression, we get this expression. Now multiply this gamma raised to n minus 1. So we get 1 minus gamma raised to n minus 1 plus gamma raised to n minus 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma whole bracket multiplied by Rn minus f of n. Now this gamma raised to n minus 1 plus and gamma raised to n minus 1 minus, they gets cancelled out, and we get the expression as 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma multiplied by Rn minus f of n. And now we substitute this value in equation number 9. We get expression as 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma into Rn minus f of n, which is less than or is equals to 0, less than 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma Rn plus 1 minus f of n. Now here it is minus f of n, here it is minus f of n. So we add f of n in each and every term in this inequality. So we get this expression. But here in the left hand side, fn plus fn minus fn cancel. In the right hand side, fn plus fn minus gets cancelled. But in the middle, the 0 plus fn is nothing but fn. So we get the expression as 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma Rn less than f of n less than 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma Rn plus 1. Equation number 10. Equation number 10. Now again if we observe here, this term and this term 1 minus gamma raised to n divided by 1 minus gamma, in both the terms in left hand side always as well as in right hand side. So this term can be written, we multiply by 1 minus gamma divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n on each and every term. So we get the expression as Rn less than Fn into 1 minus gamma divided by 1 minus gamma raised to n is less than Rn plus 1. Now we have to simplify this. For that simplification, we have to factorize this 1 minus gamma raised to n. How to factorize? We know the formula 1 minus x square is equals to 1 minus x, 1 plus x. Similar to that, 1 minus x cube can be written 1 minus x into 1 plus x square. Similar to that, 1 minus x raised to 4 is equals to 1 minus x into bracket 1 plus x square plus x cube, and so on. It will be continue. This term can be used here for 1 minus gamma raised to n, and then we can get the expression. That means we can get the value of 1 minus gamma raised to n as 1 minus gamma into bracket 1 plus gamma square plus so on up to plus gamma raised to n minus 1, as like to these formulas. Therefore, we get this expression. Then 1 minus gamma in the middle term gets cancelled out, and we get the expression as Rn is less than Fn divided by 1 plus gamma square plus so on up to gamma raised to n minus 1 less than Rn plus 1. But what is the value of Fn? We put the value of Fn here and we get this expression called as equation number 11. This equation 11 is one of the mathematical form of the replacement policy, which we have to stated previously at the when we state some questions or mathematical form of the replacement policy. So this is equation number 11. This expression, the expression between Rn and Rn plus 1 in equation 11 is weighted average cost of n years with the weights 1, gamma, gamma square, gamma cube up to gamma raised to n minus 1 respectively. And that formula actually we use in the problem solving session. Problem solving corresponding to this replacement policy. That means when money value will be included. The value of n satisfying the conditions in the equations 9, 10 and 11 will give the best replacement age of the atom. Best replacement age of the atom. What are these equations? Just we recall these equations so that you can clear out the idea. This is equation number 9, this is equation number 10 and this is equation number 11. These are the three formats, mathematical formats of this replacement policy. And these three inequality gives the best replacement age of the atom. In problem solving, we have to use this. We have to use the formulation in equation number 11. So we recall total replacement policy as: thus the maintenance cost increases with time and money value decreases at a constant rate. Then the replacement policy will be replace the machine if next period cost is greater than the weighted average of previous cost, and do not replace the machine if the next period's cost is less than weighted average of previous cost. Hence the result. Corollary: if the interest rate R tends to 0, then obviously gamma tends to 1, and we have taking the limit as gamma tends to 1 in equation 11. So we get the expression like this. We have to taking the limit as gamma tends to 1. So value of 1, gamma square, gamma cube, all these values will becomes 1, and that means we have to put directly gamma is equals to 1. So we get this expression. But this expression can be rewritten like this. because this numerator is nothing but value of Pn, and 1 1 1 1 up to n times means it is equals to n. But what is this policy? This is the replacement policy of the first model, which we have to discuss previously, which is exactly same as we have to obtain as before. As before. How to select best machine? If we have to given two machines, M1 and M2, and we have to choose the machine, which one is the best machine to be selected? Step 1. Find the best replacement age of machine M1 and M2 by using the relationship Rn plus 1 is greater than Fn divided by summation I varies from 1 to n gamma raised to I minus 1 greater than Rn. Let the optimum replacement ages for M1 and M2 be N1 and N2 respectively. Step 2. Consider the fixed annual payment, that is weighted average cost for each machine using the formula x is equals to c plus r1 plus gamma r2 gamma square r3 and so on gamma raised to n minus 1 rn divided by 1 plus gamma square up to gamma raised to n minus 1, and putting n is equals to n1 for machine m1 and n is equals to n2 for machine m2. Let these values of x be x1 and x2 respectively for machine m1 and machine m2. That means we have to find out the average cost, weighted average cost for the machines m1 and m2. N1 and N2 are the replacement ages corresponding to the machines M1 and M2. Then last step, choose machine M1 if the X1 is less than X2. Choose machine M2 if X2 is less than X1. Both the machines are equally good if the values of X1 and X2 are equal. This method can be generalized for n machines. If we have 3 machines, then find out the minimum value of minimum average weighted cost corresponding to all these 3 machines. There are 4. Then we can also count the minimum value of average weighted cost for these 4 machines, and that corresponding to that weighted average cost we have to choose that machines. That means if x1 x2 x3 x4 are the weighted average costs for the machines m1 m2 m3 up to m1 m2 m3 m4 respectively, and the value of x3 is minimum, then we can choose the machine third, machine M3 in that case. These are the reference books corresponding to this theoretical part. We can take these theoretical aspects, theoretical points corresponding to these books. Thank you for watching this video.